right, let's hit it. All right, there we go. We are live. All right, so let's see if we get some peeps. I'm kind of keeping an eye. I've got a short crude on right now. He's sitting right at my entry. Yo. Anyone? No one yet.
I just hit the...
Oh, that'll get them.
Let everyone know.
That'll bring it. At least members will come in. We had I think over about 1,100 views yesterday. I think they do like the chapter bit that you've been adding. I think that's a huge plus.
Yeah.
So they don't have to randomly fast forward. I think that's, I'm sure people appreciate that. Okay. Oh, did you see what I DM'd you on Twitter?
I've been watching that Zach XBT, just about how so many.
But there's some big names in there.
Oh yeah, those Scott Melker and BitBoy. I knew those. They paid for followers first of all to get a couple of 100,000, and then they obviously just increase astronomically because people see.
Oh, I didn't know they did. Oh, I didn't. I know you can do that, but it never occurred to me to do that.
Yeah, so you can buy them, and then of course, oh look, he's got 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
Really, 80,000 of them are fake. Yeah. And at that point, somebody sees a lot of followers, and they take that as he must know what he's talking about because all these other people follow. We're
all he does is read the fucking news.
Organically.
I was a little surprised that Elio was taking some heat there as shilling coins, but he tries. I'm fucking got to make a living. Right?
Yeah, it's just we get those DMs about, hey.
Oh, I get 2 or 3 a week.
Yeah. What about and people just see that as free money. And if you, everything on the blockchain now, if you're a shithead, you're going to get caught. Yeah.
Well, I more than coins to shill, I get a lot of exchanges that want us to promote them. A lot. I probably get 3 to 5 a week of new exchanges. Hey, is that what you're doing on your YouTube channel? Would love to have you promote us, blah, blah, blah. I never really, I think the only one we ever responded to was it Femex? I think that was the one.
Femex, yeah. And then of course we did Bybit, but
yeah, Femex but we kind of knew them. It wasn't just out of the blue.
But we also had, a live chat with them and, and it's not like we got anything out of it except for some affiliate stuff, maybe some percentage off fees.
Yeah, a lot of people like
members,
Femex. Yeah, I think Femex is all right. They're going to survive.
Yeah.
All right.
What's up, everyone? We got 18.
All right.
Oh,
wait. We got, how many we have on?
We got 21.
Oh, 21. All right. We can get started. Oh, who we got? Eighth and T. Yo. Harsh. I probably won't want to, I probably pronounced that wrong.
Harshit.
But it looks like that's his real name. Victor McBride, John Howard. Hey, man. All right, guys. Fake username.
John Howard is George.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, John Howard is. All right, guys. All right. Well, first up here, we'll get rolling here. We're picking up where we left off from yesterday, and then some members posted some new content here. We'll take a look. So this is one of our newer members who's really, really tackling Elliott Wave, and I really like. He's an interesting guy. He's highly intelligent, and he has just plowed into Elliott Wave here, so he's really consistently. He's just a great member because he's posting constantly. What about this? What about that? Could be this. Could be that. And his skill set. I'm just watching his skill set improve over time. He's getting better and better because he tries something, doesn't get it right, tries again, got it finally. So it looks like that's what he's done here. So here's our market cap, Bitcoin market cap, and
take off your
oh shit, disclaimer. Sorry. Oh yeah, goddamn, I forget. Hang on. So I gotta put that one on. There we go. All right, now we're back in business. Okay, so what's he really saying here, and what's happening with Bitcoin D? Oh, I might do it this way, right? Just consolidation. So that's what he's identified here, and this is a nice. This is good work here, George. So we get a leading diag into the A wave. Sometimes you think, God, am I going to see Elliott Wave patterns in Bitcoin D? But I'll be damned if you don't. Leading diag into the A. This is a slightly off, which is good that he notices this. Ideally, you'd make the structure here. So duly noted here, he references that. But remember, it's not going to be perfect every time. I think process of elimination, that's a good call. ABC into a W, that's triangle, ABC, that looks solid. So he's got an A, B, C, D. Now, if we rally up here, well, if Bitcoin's rallying up, where are alts going, right? That's always the question, right? That's why you're trading alts. Well, certainly the potential return, the percentage return is potentially higher, obviously, with alts. But for this kind of a target, for Bitcoin D to be going down to that level, if it's going to play out this Elliott pattern, well, it's going to be a monster alt season. So a couple of things have to happen here. Obviously, you need to see a rally here to maintain the structure so that we get the E here. Now, of course, E's are notorious for an underthrow, so I wouldn't be holding until I got right there if you got the right pattern here. Oh, it's questionable, right? How much influence is an algo going to have in here? It does seem to be a factor. So right now, just playing on the long side here, so you're looking for Bitcoin D to rally up to 45%. I always find this just if you're in it, more value relative to if you're in a Bitcoin spread. Now, yesterday we just saw the first time in a while spreads against Bitcoin coming across, and people were kind of tracking that. I don't know that this necessarily influences your next trading decision. It's just something to watch, kind of a macro picture here. But I wanted to start here for one, just to acknowledge the good work that he's doing. You can see the Elliott count here. I mean, he's got all the detail. This is well done. So the 1, 2, 3, subdivision, I don't know that it matters, right? It's impulsive. And then now through this consolidation, but here's the next swing up. So you're expecting Bitcoin to rally from this. Now, we'll see, right? So it's early, right? We've had the little mini crash, the recovery. Now, do we sustain? Is the worst behind us? It's very, very hard to make that call because we don't have a pattern structure that really would give you a high degree of confidence in your next move. I think it's like so much of, as the market recovers here, you need a little more information to see how the market's going to respond. Needs to be some testing. So I think this would be something to keep in your back pocket. I would certainly have this somewhere, save it, keep an eye on it. If we follow this, that'll be very, very interesting. But this is really this is where it gets interesting, right? If we get that kind of rally up into this resistance to complete the triangle, complete the 4, sends it down, alt season should be a good one. So very nice work, George. But what is this? I never work again zone, right? So obviously, right, Bitcoin going that far, alts are flying. That's a nice touch. I just noticed that. Pain in the ass zone and I never work again zone. That's great. Nice work, George. Okay, let me keep moving here. I think where I left off was with XRP from Koki yesterday, right? So let me give that a pop here and we'll take a look. Okay. All right, so, so Bino, what else are you going to call that, right? So I think that's okay here because it's not officially a triangle yet. Oh, that's. I mean, this is the problem here. So because we get this, and now we get. Do we have new lows here? We don't have it quite yet. I'd stay with this. Oh, I wouldn't get so caught up in the internal wave structure here because this is, it's not like it's a trade that you're in. I think you're all right. So the alternative would be that you went an A, B. Fuck, how are you going to do that? You probably get an A, a B, and a C here. I don't think it's enough to really worry about. Okay, let me get this going here. Hang on a second. All right, well, looks like Koki's using my template here. Okay, so that's good. So we've got XRP. So a lot of, there's another one. I know George trades this one heavily. Well, XRP, you love it or you hate it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's iffy, right? But technically valid. You don't really see. This isn't far enough to think one. Is it? God damn, maybe it is. I don't think it is. No, it's not. So you couldn't. You're stuck with this. Oh God, that's a clear 5 there. So you're going to have to go A, B, C. So you have abnormal wave structure and internal relationships to go A, B, monster C. All right, you wouldn't choose that. Oh, that being said, well, here, let's pull it from the 2. Come here. Oh, even here, if we're going to consider that to be done. Oh, let's see. So he's using, these are his, I think. All right, so that must be just kind of a support and resistance. Well, this is the POC. I'm not sure what's going on there. What are we thinking? Oh, that's just structure. Okay, I see what he's doing. All right, so I'm just used to a dash line and not a full. Oh fuck, I guess it doesn't matter, right? Oh, okay. So here's the resistance becomes the support. Here's the potential 1, 2. So you had a very ugly 1, but you wouldn't call it corrective, right? Wouldn't be anything to be correcting. This is the corrective structure. So could we be done here? 1, 2. Well, just at first glance, just given the time of it, this would be more typical, right? In terms of what you'd be looking for. You'd have a little bit of an issue here with the length of time here of the 2 relative to the 1. But as it sits right now, well, it looks like you can get that done, right? So, oh, here, shit, I'm on a daily. Let's dig in there a little bit more. A, B. Oh, I can live with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks good. So we get an impulse off of the start of it. WX, yeah, that's pretty solid. Looks good, Koki. Now here's everything. Here's the liquidation wick. I always just I like to highlight the rejection because this is what we tested and just kind of pull it to the side. What were we really testing there? All of this, right? We don't get to the highest volume node. So that's a reasonable candidate here for a 2, despite the fact that it's deep. That's exaggerated. Oh, shit. This would be a start here. So we get the exaggerated wick. So, oh, shit, let's get an 887 on there, I think. Not quite to the 887. You could probably bring it in this way. Tested, rejected. Now, ideally, you'd come back down here and test it again. All right, so you get some sense of, okay, right, there's a bunch of supply coming into the market here. If not, then we can start to lean into that being a hard pivot. I think the whole space is looking at that rejection wick saying, okay, is that enough? Is that enough of a test? Well, we shall see. Now, so just looking at this, oh, come here. All right, so coming back, that's the obvious resistance. Well, we've already tested it once, right? Here's the pivot. You can see, right, this is very, very predictable. It's not that the market won't get through it or couldn't get through it. It's just very predictable that you'd come up and test it and get a little reaction to it, right? So somebody caught the short, right? Somebody did. They're going to defend there. So would that be, so what would you be thinking there? 1, 2? Well, if so, you'd ideally want to see something a little deeper. So maybe that's your B and you're coming down here to test some of this at this higher volume. Any of these nodes here, give it a little test. Can't get there. Remember, if they can't get there, that's bullish, right? So then they got to cover. I don't know that that's ripe for a trade. Shit, let's go to 60. That looks like 5, right? So you can almost see the ABCs in here, right? So there's your A, working on the B. C. Well, let's go down even a little further. Oh, sorry, I'm in a trade. I'm just watching it out of the corner of my eye. I shouldn't be doing that. Put it on before we started. I'm still in it. Oh shit! Tick from my target. Well, God, that really does look like 5, right? If we label that up, right? 3, 4, 5. Looks like a decent A. I mean, looks like it's good. Well, we're in log scale here, so we do it this way. Oh, I might do it like that. I don't extend them myself. I do it like that. So nice break. So A, right, pretty good on the B. Right up to that structure. Well, here, if you wanted prime time, right, the ideal, right, we don't always get perfect, but if I was looking for it, here's where I'd be looking, right here. Right, you'd be well, really anywhere in that range. So if we can get an ABC, right, that's our most common. It looks like there's probably a set of median lines here. So just in terms of constructing a trade and the potential, I might come out here, right? If this is, oh shit, you don't really have much there. I'd probably look at both, right? I'd rather contain all of it. So I might go here. Let's see. All right, if we come down here, so you get a nice game plan laid out for you, right into that median line where we could take a better looking long, right? So you would just have better risk reward. So even if you started here and continued to layer in until you got to some point here, you got to have a point where you say, okay, I'm wrong. I wouldn't take huge amount of risk here, but if I saw a reaction come off of that, I sure would be interested. Right? If I got some sort of reaction. Now, obviously, the next thing you got to get through is the upper parallel, which is going to be high volume node. So, you know, what do we get here? You'd want to see something closer to a 5, and if you could get it down here, all the better. So, do we have the room to get there? I mean, I suppose you could make a case that that's 1, 2, but that's that really enough to lean into? Oh, there's my 1, 2. I'd want to see a little more come down on that. So, if anything, probably a better short here. But I know most here are not looking for the short. So I'd be in a hurry up and wait to let that come down here where this is a better buy zone. Here's your wick. Well, I'll get it right to that pivot. All right, so this is all wick. Here's your lowest close. I might look at some order blocks on that as well. Well, the other thought, right? You got to factor it in. If that's our pivot, let me get up. Let's go here. It'd be a front run on the 50. Yeah, so I might even fatten this up a little bit. Something more like that. If I can get that right here, 100 and the 50 in that pocket, I'd be looking right for that. And that would kind of fit in with the broader count. So the AB, now that's the same thing, right? All the markets were going, God, is that it? Did we finish down here? It's hard to call, right? So you can't call it, really. It's beyond hard to call. You're just, it's a hunch. Oh, okay, market's strong, or this is overdone, right? So really what it comes down to is where can I enter with good risk reward parameters, right? If you're a buyer here, you know, where's your stop, right? You can use this pivot. What pivot are you going to use? This would be the closest thing to you. If you're a seller here, it actually is a better play on a sell because you'd have better risk reward. Do you want to sell that though? That's the question, right? You'd be looking for 82 to sell. I mean, there's a trade there. It's not one I would chase myself. I wouldn't chase the short. I'd be waiting for the long. I'd be waiting down here trying to get that. Just in that broader context. But I'm, you know, almost always looking for the long side here because I'm not really day trading in crypto. Sorry, my crude actually hit its target, so that's good news. Okay, so now I can completely focus. All right, so I think we're good there, Koki. I think your work, this was Koki. Yeah, the work was quite good. Nothing not to like. This is all well done. I like the channel, allowing for the overthrow. Just where do you want in? I like it down here. Okay, I got another one from Koki. And again, remember, you don't feel a need to be doing something all the time. If it's not right, I wait until I really like it. If I really like it, that's just the whole thing, as I was talking about this yesterday. If you really like it, then it becomes a stress-free trade, right? It's clear where you're wrong. It's clear where you're right. Opportunities to add, multiple targets. Those are the trades that are worth waiting for. It just makes the whole experience, win or lose, just more manageable. So you're not, you know if you're over trading, right? You know, you can feel it. I mean, number of times you're checking the market, right? Ought to be a clear tell as to whether or not you're overextended. It shouldn't be, because you really, you want to try and disconnect from any one trade. If you're in a trade where like, oh God, I really went for it on this one. Okay, this one, I'm large here. I went multiple leverage, or then it's got to be, if you did that, it's got to be something where you could reiterate to me or to whomever exactly why, and you should have conviction in it. Oh, I saw the clear 5, a clear 3, whatever it may be. The structure was all there. I had 4 different technical components leading me into the trade. That's why I'm long with size. Otherwise, you got to really like the trade. Otherwise, you're a stress monk. You're just a stress bomb all day long. You can't relax, and the slightest little wiggle against you, and you're freaking out. It's just things. Remember that, right? You want this to be. We're here to make money, but you don't want it to be so fucking stressful that you can't relax, you can't concentrate, you can't do anything else. You're just glued to the market. That's when you know you got too much size on. I mean, you can feel it. All right, so what are we looking at here? So this is, what are we looking at? XVS, Jesus, I'm drawing a blank. What is XVS? Money, you know that? Wait, I can't even remember. What is XVS?
I honestly don't know what they do.
I can't remember. I feel like I should be looking at something I recognize, but I can't get the name.
They went insane though, from like $1 to 190, I think.
Yeah, it sure did. Well, I like the idea of starting it here, because this is all just slop when you hit the market. Nice clean 5. Okay, so we can't argue with that, right? That's just as clear as a bell. There's your classic impulse. Oh, shit, I guess we can go get to an 8. So the question now is this 1, 2? All right, so we can, let's see what's going on in there. I better dig in there. What do we got here? Okay, so it's a 1, 2. Boy, that's not much of a 5 in there. I might have been inclined to think 5 went here. Koki, so I'm thinking you must have looked at this. Here, let's come down here a degree here. I'm going to hide this. Let me hide that. Okay, so I like the 1, 2. 1, 2 through. Well, let's just take a look here. Can we get this done? There's an A, B, C. There's a zigzag. Well, do we have a zig? Well, yeah, it looks like we've got. Fuck, I'm on an 8-hour. This looks like a clean zigzag here. So I'm thinking this is what I'm thinking here. Just as an alternate, Koki here, I think. Now, so that's of course that's a big rip for the 3rd. So I'm guessing this influenced you a little bit here. If you're thinking here, right? So here 2618 is the extreme. Now, of course, they can go past that, right? In crypto, I think the 345 here. I think that's something to consider, that you might have an alternate there. So let's see how that affects the overall count. So that would give you a clean. Yeah, we'd have to do that as an ABC. Let's label it up. So you'd get an A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, C. Okay, so we get a W down here. So I like that. Looks good. At the end of the day, fuck, I don't know that it matters, right? It's just how we get that. WXY. That looks like that's a straight algo play. Oh shit, they broke it. So we did. I'm right on there. Yeah, they did. All right, so 707 caught it. So now let's see here, much like the last trade we were just looking at, right? So can we construct all the ingredients for the kind of trade that we look for? Now, this is corrective, so when I bring that up, I always start, right? You always start in original. That's the default. Now, pull it up. Here's exactly, literally what you're hoping to see. Outside parallel at the algo target. Now, is that it? Is that enough? Well, you have, this is technically significant. Oh shit, right? Just pull that across, right? So we're just coming back to this. Now that's mighty deep for a 2, of course. All right, we're going to be, when we get 887 here. Let me get platinum here. So there's 887. That's a big That's a big lift for that to come all the way back. So let's get that one off of there. So you can just look at it and say, okay, right, coming up, what am I going to hit? Well, here's the first thing you're going to hit right here, right? So we can just look at it this way. So this, right, if you're short term, if you're down on the 3-5 minutes, those are trades you look for, right? So this is what you're looking for. Now you don't need a lot here. That reaction alone, right, for a day trader, you make a nice living just off of those kind of reactions. Boom, right? Now from there, that's what you're hoping for, right? You're going to get that. But first, you got to clear this hurdle. So then you'd have to look at it and say, okay, well, if it were to break this low, is there another count that keeps me on the bull side? Well, you'd have to switch this into a WXY, right, which is probably doable. You can probably get an X in there. Well, shit, actually, your original count might do it. Oh, right, you'd probably do it like this. So we'd have an A, B, C, or it's a bit of a squish, right? I get you, right? It's not perfect. But if we break this low, right? So this is actually kind of a nice low. Look at the risk reward on this trade. I actually starting to like this. So if you're a buyer here, and oh shit, did I do that right? How the fuck did that get down there? Did I put a short on? I meant to do a long. Why am I getting that? This is that's not even my colors. I don't know why I can't get here. Fuck, let's see. Let's go to a daily. Why can't I get that? Oh, one of you guys have got this completely jacked up. This is what happens when I make fuck. I can't get it. Because I make copies, I end up with all of the settings that you guys use. So I think I can make the point this way, right? So here's your risk down here. Here's your potential reward. That's the 3 you're looking for. If it's going to hold is a 1-2. So the risk reward right there alone makes it an attractive trade. Now, does it mean it's a winner? Well, of course, right? But the potential's there. Now well, let's see. Have you? Let's just take a look here. How are we doing on the algo? On the flip side. So you can sure see how this could be 1, 2. We come down, a little bit lower. Now there's, I'm gonna take that out of log just to see what I got there. Let's go back to a 4. Because the volume profile gets distorted like everything else when you go to log. I'll just take a peek here. Boy, that's a big hurdle, right? To say, okay, I'm going to get through all of this, right? It's not going to do it in a straight line. So this is going to need to come out of here. Certainly looks better in log, right? Of course, right? That's going to make more sense here. I might be waiting here for a little bit. Show me a higher low, right? It's not. It's such a simple thing, but people get so connected to the idea. Oh shit, man! I'm gonna nail that low. You do not need to nail the low, right? The money is made in the middle, right? That's why 3s and C's. It's okay. So maybe you got to start on it. Now, do you have let's do it this way. Do you have enough there for a trade? If I don't do that, I end up losing my place. Is that really there, or is it? Are you hoping it's there? Let's take a look. 1, 2. Oh, looks like we got overlap there. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So anything that you're doing is coming out of here as a diag, right? So you got every pivot has been overlapped. So your best case, God, do you even have a diag there? Do you have it? It looks like actually you might. So come here. Yep, you do. 3 longer than 1, 5 longer than 3. So you've got a candidate here. Now, is the subdivision there? You tell me. I think that's a little bit optimistic to say, okay, it's in. You got to start on it. Looks like you got a B, and a C coming down here. So here's a rejection wick. So I like the look of that. So come down into here. Okay, now here's your clear exit. That may be more than you want to take, depending on the size you put on. Get an A, a B, right? Is that B done? Maybe not. That's kind of what I mean. Don't feel like, oh shit, it's down, so I got to do something. wait. See, for me, I would just wait here. Okay, well, I'm not in a hurry. So if I get, well, okay, there I'm going to get my 3. If I get that, here's a nice high volume node, and then that comes over. Now this is back to just what I was saying before. Now I'm taking that trade. I've got risk reward that I'm comfortable with, right? I know they're not going to hurt me here. Nobody's going to blow my account up. I got a clear exit. I may not even give it that much. All right, 786 would probably be just plenty. Now I'm in the trade. I better see what I like here early. I got to see that reaction early. So now I kind of lean into it. So just coming off of that, if you're buying down there, right, same thing every time, right? There's here, let's do it this way. This is going to be the resistance you got to get through, because again, assuming we get down here, someone sells it and is in profit. So when it comes back up, they're going to try and fight you on that. That's why that's always the first hurdle, the most recent pivot. So particularly if it's an ABC, the first thing you got to get through is the resistance at the A. It's just the way it works, right? That's how people respond in the market. If you watch this thing as many years as I've done it, it's just over and over and over. It's very predictable that you're going to get a reaction. Of course, that doesn't mean we can't get through. It just means that that's where you're going to have a reaction. So I think that's on your A wait list. XVS. God, I can't think of what crypto that is. On the wait list. Oh, this shit. You can probably do this as well. All right, if we get something like this, just to sweeten it, right? Can I get some geometry to add into it? Now here, I know I'm going to get an algo that's going to participate here. Doesn't mean that doesn't mean it must hold, right? We certainly could see it break, but there's a nice little trade right there. Might be your first profit target. You're obviously going to have resistance here. Then you got to get through the big golden zone. Now, of course, if you get this, right, I hope everybody, the first thing that thought occurred to you was, oh, if I were to get that, right, golden corner. Right, at high volume node, that would be my first target. This is going to be a bit of a problem as well. Right, that's the first one you'd be after. Okay, 1, 2. Is that 3? Probably not. All right, probably all you're doing is setting up the next 1, 2. So down we come again. High volume node. Now do we get a 3? So you just kind of map it out and then watch. Is it following? Is it doing something dramatically different? Right? We were talking about this last week or the week before. It's not what the market does. It's what the market is supposed to do and doesn't. Oh, if that's a 1, 2, well that's likely not to be the 3, obviously. So I'm looking for a 1, 2. If something else is going on, well, hey, whoa, ABC. How do you know right here? You don't. You can't. There's no only the context. And then what's there, right? Same thing, right? What's there, right? Oh shit! Look at that. I'm right in the buy zone. Do I want to buy it here? Well, I like this trade. I made some money here. I'm retracing. Am I adding? Did I take full profit here? Maybe 40%? Because here's the opportunity to get into the 3. 1, 2. Well, here's the 1 of the 3, 2 of the 3. That's there. Here's your money wave right here. That's what you're looking for. The 3 of the 3. Now that's on a 30-minute. Start to pull that all out and say, oh, how far could this really go? We're down here on the 30-minute. All of a sudden, you get a little perspective, and it's like, hey, that could really go. Now I got something. Now you go out to an 8-hour and say, where am I in that broader context? If I get an impulse off of that, where am I? If I get that impulse, then you got to deal with the exact same thing all over again. If I get an impulse here, what's next? What's the market? It's supposed to do is, I don't like that language. It's what you'd be anticipating is that if we get an impulse, that the market corrects, right? That gets corrected, which is, even that language can be misleading because there's no obligation that the market corrects, right? It's not like, oh, well, we had that, now we must correct. That's the tendency, right? So don't get caught up into, well, it must do this. Odds are, which is all we have is odds, you're going to get a correction. Now, if this is a trend change, if you've officially got a 1, 2 in, and this is the hard pivot, well, then this is all what you're anticipating. If it's going to follow an Elliott count, then you're looking for that 3 there. If it doesn't do it, the market is talking to you. Right? What does it do? What is it supposed to do here? It's supposed to get through that. If that's going to be the 3 of shit, what are we doing here? This is the 1, 2. That could be the 3 of the 1 of the 3. You know, if that's the 1, right, and that's the 3, that could be 3 of the 1 of the 3. Huge upside here. I got to know what XV is. It's driving me crazy. Koki, that's good work in there, man. Nicely done, right? So this is, how do you know? You don't know. You're not going to know, right? So you take a calculated risk. That's all we do. Okay, so Koki, I left off at XVS. Okay, so there's my puppy in the background. Mana. Did we look at this? For some reason, I think we just looked at this.
No, we need to look at LP's mana.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so what do I got here? I got are these TD sequentials? Setup. Let's just take a look here. Must be that's what he's got there. Oh fuck, I can't do it. I gotta make a copy. Let's forget. Okay, so that looks like those are sequentials. Yeah, they are. Okay, so you guys, many of you, I'm sure that Tom DeMark made this famous. Trading in 9s. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that off just for a second because many may not be familiar with that. I'm gonna hide that. LP, that's a lot of lines there. Okay, so let me see if I can make sense of this. Okay, so look, you got a lot of Monty magic on here, I'm guessing. Wow. Okay, so shit, I gotta hide some of this. Yikes. Okay, let me go out to a daily here and see what our big picture is. That's a shitload of lines. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so first question.
Well, that's bat. So
oh shit, sorry. So how did I not get mana? I just clicked his link.
He probably changed his. So just type in
mana to USDT.
Yeah, he didn't share, so I don't know where he was at, but I would just.
Oh god, that's better. That last chart was going to be a bear. Couldn't even get to it. I'm just going to do this real quick here, just so because it gets. Let me change that appearance a little bit. All right, so holy shit, what are we doing here? Okay, so trend lines and median lines. Right off the bat, it makes me think we want to be in log here. Is this a oh, okay. Jeez, I thought it was a bad tick. Okay, so let's think for a second. So reasonable for a 1-2. Oh, we're working off of that low. Oh, just out of curiosity, how do we look here? So we're going to be at a 38. 38 to the tick. Okay, so whoa. WXY, for our first glance, looks like a 5, but I'm going to guess you'd have to work that as a double. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I can live with that. Let's go down. Let's go to an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think let's go with it here. A, B, C. Okay, we'll go with the 2. That looks like that may be a 50. Yeah, there's the 50 and straight rip off of that. Okay, so the 1, 2 looks solid. So the 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, I'm just going to brighten that up so I can see it a little better. We have to. I'm going to truncate that. All right, so you get a clean ABC in there. There's the 1, 2. All right, let's think about where we're going here. All right, so somebody popped an algo target there, but that's off of 38. So, that's question mark, right? So there's no evidence here that that's an algo, right? So that we'd likely call that coincidental because it's not a 50 or 618 unless it's something on a different time frame hitting. So let's think 3, 4, 5. All right, so we got to dig in there. He's gone to town in here. Okay, if that's the 4, same thing. You'd have to do this as a double because you're finishing ABC there. So 1, 2, that's good subdivision in there. So nice work with that 3. It looks might be a little shy here. Okay, so we don't make it in log, but I'm guessing we do, right, in arithmetic. So we do, right? So you have a candidate here for the 3. Let's go back to log, having qualified that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a little skinny up there, but we are compressed. Oh, fuck. It's probably WXY, same thing. Look at the Vegas wave all the way, right? Don't lose track of it. Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so unless we're doing we might be able to do it. Okay, so it looks like we can. So we have overlap here. So we'd be doing a 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 diagonal. 5, 3, 5, 3, 5 diag. Okay, so LP, I'm hoping that's how you interpreted that, and that you're not thinking this is an impulse, right? I don't know. I'm going to trust that you would know that that's a diag. I'm guessing you would, based on the quality of the work here. Okay, so we get a leading diag, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. That's WXY, probably the cleanest thing to do here. But the 4, that's a... What about that 4? Maybe because the 2 is... Oh, shit, that might work. I'll be damned. Another 38. So let's take that one off. 38 here, 38 here, same range. No volume profile. That's all right. Let me get in here. Okay, what are you thinking here? If that's the 4, that's quite a 4. 1, 2, looks like that's a 50. All right, can we make that work? 50. Okay, now we're coming out of that. I can't see what you're doing in there. Okay, I'm just gonna pull that out so I can see it. I can't see quite what you're doing there. Oh, you must have gone out of the 15. All right, are we getting a 3 out of that? If that's the 4, oh, yep, you have it, right? So nice work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go put that, go yellow so we can see it. Well, that sure looks impulsive. Damn, I can't get these out of here. Jesus, come on, bear with me. Yeah, not trying to not acknowledge your work here. I can't see it so that I can comment on it. Okay, so if there's a 1. Can we get this done? Well, here's the finish, right? So there's an ABC, but here's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we might be able to do it this way. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. God, that looks like an A. Here, let's label that. So if that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's not enough. 1, 2, 3, 4. That looks like that's 3, 4. 1, 2, 5. So A, sideways B. Looks like you could do that. So we go A, B. 1, 2, 3. Can we get that? Looks like we might. Micro. Okay, so A onto a B. It's hard to get around this impulse here, because I can get let's see. Yeah, I can. So even the internal still holds. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Doesn't get it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got to finish there. A, B, C, shallow into the B. 1, 2, 3. This is a little shaky. Oh, fuck. Do we have it? Let's just check. Here, we may not. Is that 1? Does it get? Yeah, it does. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 overlap. So we finish with the diag. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks pretty good. So let's think about that. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. All right, so ABC down. You'd have to kind of pay attention to this. Looks pretty good. So pretty good break here. So where are we? If that's the 4, can do it. So we can go 1, 2, 1, working on 2, 3, 4, 5. Go up here. Let's go to micro. Put it in green. Okay, so 1. Boy, this is sharp and right to the 50. Interesting. Let's get that right on it. So alternation here will be something you can play off of because I'm getting sharp to the 50 here. Now if I go again, so we can. Baby, are you done? Sorry, my wife is hitting the printer pretty hard. Okay, so we get this. Okay, so 1. Let's label it. Let's take this up. Let's go. Come here. Okay, let's go blue. Okay, looks pretty good here for a 1, 2. Right, so nice. We got all of this. Same thing, right? Let's focus on just the bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. 1, 2. Boy, what's not to like there? This is technical. You got a good 2. All right, so here's the 1, 2. Boy, this is juicy. Right in here. So if I can get an ABC coming down, now maybe we're not done here yet, but let's kind of flesh it out, see if we've got a candidate here. This looks pretty solid coming down here. If we get, right, if, or same thing, I would do the same thing here. I got a nice little channel here looking for that 2. If you got it, all right, so right off the bat, you got to check this. All right, so remember, failure to make the median line, big negative here. So if this is the 4 and we're going to go up for a big 5, right, we're looking for significantly higher prices. Well, here would be, oh shit, that's got to go way up. 3, 5, something along those lines. Now, can we get there at this angle? Well, that's going to have to be pretty good rip. I'd be drawing a second one here if and when we come down. If we get down to this, anywhere in this range. Oh, let's see here. Can we come out of log? Let's see if this cleans it up a little bit. So we have less range. So we have a $2 range. So we can come out of log here. So out of the golden zone to a 50. Come on down. It might be too much. Although I swear, I'm telling you, I've seen them hit 2 years later. God, there was one in crude. I think it was 3. One in the euro. It was 3 years in the making. Can we get there? A long way to go. No, this one is not in play yet. We don't have it yet. Let's see what happens there. That looks like no. This I've got a hold on this. I'm in for a long-term play. I'm not trying to trade it on a 15-minute. But here 1, 2, 1, 2. What? Nothing not to like. Since you've got an impulse here, so you'd be looking at it and say, well, where would I be wrong? If this were to be A, B, C, and we're coming in lower, and then we're going to head lower, and we're not done down here, then the whole count falls apart. Sorry. As it is, you're leaning pretty hard into that pivot, right, which is coming out of a golden zone. Hang on. I need something to drink. 1, 2. So what were you thinking here? 1. You're going. Oh, you went to. I see what you did. So you went to the 1618 here. Good looking trade. If you get down here, why would you not like that? I would. Oh, I'd probably do this as well, just so I covered everything. So I get right in that pocket. I've got that nice confluence here. Center line of the channel at the 50, at that structure. Here you see the structures in there. At that B pivot. So if I zoom in there now. Boy, right here, right here off of this. Bring that down. Now, you don't have to sit here with a limit order. Look for the reaction. If you get the reaction, then you can go, right? And then, right, maybe under the 65 would be your stop. Or if you like it a little bit more, you got to decide at what point do I acknowledge that I'm wrong. Right? You got to pick that level, right? Based on the size that you're trading. But here, all right, it's just how aggressive do you want to be there? Or maybe you go without margin to start, and if you get the turn you're looking for, now you maybe add a little margin. All right, so if it's a 2, we need a 1-2. We need a 1-2. Maybe that's where you add. All right, so nicely done, LP. Well done. It's been taking advantage of the dip here, so this looks quite good. I'd have this on my A list over here, waiting. Right, if it sets up, pull the trigger. Been long since 0.055, waiting for upper median line tag. Okay, so oh shit, man, you're along from. Thank you, baby. Along from 0.55. Wow, you got a rip roarer on your hands. Good for you, man. You're long from way the hell down here. Whew, good for you. So you got to be looking in log here to appreciate what he's got on his hands. Here's so somewhere down here. It looks like he got long here. Right? That's what crypto can do, right? That can make his year. Beautiful. I hope you got some size there. Okay, let me keep going. Shred, let's see. So Shred, we did EOS yesterday, and we looked at that kind of gnarly count. You have something, Monty?
No, I was just going to say, yeah, his was the same count that you did yesterday.
Okay. All right. So, oh, God. Puppy in the background. Okay, so I think I already have Grant F. Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I've got Grant here for Bitcoin Cash, which I don't know why. I just always consider this to be kind of Bitcoin's ugly cousin, but there's still plenty of opportunity here. I don't watch it like I used to. Oh, let's go auto here. Well, of course, with Grant, you know what you're going to get, right? That's one of the things that I really want to encourage you guys to recognize here is the consistency of the way he approaches the market. So here's we don't have the completed harmonic. So we've got a butterfly in the making. We're not there yet. So it's technically not a butterfly until we get down here, and we've got to break this low. Oh, well, it looks like we tested it, then had a little reaction. So he's anticipating that this does complete. One, two, where are we here? So if this is A, B, where's the Elliott count here? So you're thinking A, B, 1, how are we doing? Oh, you doing, what are you thinking here, Grant? Give me 1 second. I got to hide that. Okay, so we got an A, we got a B, I wouldn't be thinking 1, 2. Ooh. Well, that looks corrective. Not sure about the Elliott count here. So A, B, how are we getting down here? Do we have to do a WX, A, B, C? That might be a better fit. Although we're going to have to go A, B, C. So maybe that's a W. A, B, C. I think that you might be better there, Grant, with a WXY. All right, now WX, so we can go A, B, and get the C down here. I think that's going to fit in with the broader count a bit better. Now, can we hold that too? It looks like we're going to have to go to log. Oh, shit. Let's go to the 8-hour here. Oh, he's already got it. Oh, no, pardon me. That's what I did. The ABC, I don't think works because of this. I think that you're too far into it. Right, so what's the alternate, right? You don't want that to be 3, 4, 5. Well, pardon me, you're on the short side, maybe you do. But I think that this, I'd be leaning more into the idea that I had a 3 going in, right? This here, I'm looking for this impulse to complete down here for the WXY. Fuck, maybe it doesn't matter, right? Because I know the foundation of his trade is the confluence of all of those things. So if I go back here and I get his harmonic on here, well, you're coming back into structure. This is the PRZ. So he's taking this early. So really, there's another method to trading harmonics, which is just what he's got right here, which is you're trading the completion of the harmonic. So we have the start of it. We get the X, the A, the B, the C, and then on the break of the trend line of the X and the B, you're pushing for the PRZ. That's another way to trade a harmonic. Oh, I can't remember the guy's name who kind of pioneered this, but it's perfectly valid. And then it would fit in here within the context of the WX. We're looking for a 3 to come down. So we're into a 1, 2. Let's go down there. Now let's label it up. Okay, so we got a 1, 2, 3. Now, do we get a 4? If we do, right, we don't overlap. Well, shit, it could be a diag. 1, 2. That's not a lot of subdivision here. So I'd be, yeah, he's cutting it close to the edge here. So it looks like he's about to get short. Okay, shorting BCH. I think you just got to take this based on the good risk reward here. Here's the other thing that we're kind of keying off of is the structure, right? Prior resistance, support, breaks. Now do we come back? This would be you're gonna have to get out, as he's duly noted here. So the 4 is iffy here, but if we start to what we got below here, we have nothing below. So any sort of sense of getting overdone here, I sure would want to see that thing start to turn before I took the trade, at least a down close before I went for it, as in I'm not trying to get the exact pivot turn. All right, so we look here. Oh, shit. So coming right up to a golden zone, which is already deeper than you want for a 4, but you do have the exaggerated third here, so the fact that we might go there. As I started, you got to look at it as, okay, just another trade. I like the setup. It may not be the best looking impulse that I've ever seen, but I'll take it. Maybe the size is a little bit lower. My guess is Grant would put on less size here because the setup it's okay. It's okay. It's not the best he's ever seen because you don't want a 4 to go that far. You want the 4 to hold here. It's easier to get more traction. The deeper it goes, the more probable you are to get something like this. Maybe you get the algo target. That would still do it. But you'd be shy of the PRZ, what he's looking for down here. One algo target, here's the second algo target. So you might look at all of that, and all of it would still be above what he's looking for down here. So just another trade. That's how you have to look at it. It's just like buses. Always another one coming along. All right, let me keep moving here. I got Crypto Victor. Hello, so taking your course and really enjoyed it. Oh, good. Thanks, Crypto Victor. George, what are you giving me here? George is giving me wax. What the fuck is it? Worldwide Asset Exchange. Okay. All right. Did I get that? What did we get? There we go. Oh, he's got something wacky on this. Come on, load up. Wax P. Come on, baby. This is taking a while. Okay, so we're doing, what are we thinking? Cup and handle here? I'm going to make a copy of that. Okay. Oh, shit, maybe I have too many windows open. I do have a lot. All right, so here's the rounded bottom. Who doesn't like a nice rounded bottom? Okay, so we're gonna go into a diag. Yeah, he's doing a diag. 1, 2, A, B, C. Deep on the 4. Remember, we look for the 50 in a diag. Boom, right to the 50. Already got algo target. So it looks like you got a classic leading diag going in here. 3 longer than 1. Now it's 5 longer. Let's just check it. Now, of course, we are in log scale, so we got to check that out of log. So I got to go just for length measuring. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're fine there. I can just look at it and tell you that's fine. Okay, so nice leading diag. Okay, so excellent work here. What do we got here? This is a little gap, I'm guessing. Not sure what he's identifying there, but something. All right, so A, B, C. Okay, I'm with you. There's the one. A, B, W, X, Y, 1, 2, A, B, C. That's all solid, right? Good work here. A, B. Oh, shit. How are we doing that? Oh, it looks like it's 3, 4. I'm not sure where you're. Oh, you went 5 up here. Oh, interesting. Okay. So then we're going to go 4 down here at that 50 we just looked at, and then we're going to get a 5 here, 3, another WXY into a 5. All right. So where are we? We're not to 100. Let's just check this both in and out of log. Oh, pardon me. Length of the 3. Oof, out of log will be plenty there. All right, so it's certainly there. You have all the ingredients. It's interesting. It just fell shy in log. Just missed it. So is that the 2? No. Well, it'd be mighty shallow to have the 2 in here. What is this 618? From this pivot? I want that up here. Well, this would be the first thing I'd be looking at since we already broke this one, right? So we see the little reaction. I'd be down here keeping an eye on that. Prior 3, 4, but that's a mighty big target to have. That's too big a range. We've got trend line support here, kind of creating a channel. Looks like this could come down just a hair. Oh shit, what's not to like here? This looks pretty good. Let's go down to a 2-hour. Okay, so we got an A, B, C, B, 1, 2. That's a big 1. All right, let's get in there a little bit. Could we be done here? So you're going with the C here to be done. A, B, C. A, B, C into the B. God, now you guys are funny. You either go giant or small. That's a tough A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like the C for the B. Leading diag. Why are these so small? Leading diag into the 1. Let's get that. We can see it a little better. Okay, 1, 2. My first thought is to do this. Let's just, when in doubt, right? Always, right? It's just, it takes you, 15 seconds? I mean, it could be that. But boy, this is going to have to really rip here. And it's, you really don't want it there. Really, you want this to come a little bit deeper so we have a little more conviction in what we're doing. So are we going to pivot here above this? We're going to be done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I prefer the 3 there, although that's a bit of just structure. I'm just kind of looking at that going, well, does that look like it's done? Boy, the 2 and the 4 just don't look right. You've got nice channeling here, so the 4 here starts to look pretty good. For the 1, then I'd piece it together, right? Same thing, right? Same thing any Elliottician's going to do here. So can we get up to a 4 here? You'd prefer it, since we have this. It would appear that this is impulsive, and so you don't want an overlap here, so you can hold this as an impulse, right? It wouldn't kill it, but it looks like a better impulse. So the 4 at the 38 or in that range to come down for the 5. Or somewhere in this range, you get a deeper. God, these are so small. It's funny. You get a deeper correction here for the 2. I'd like it all the better. And I think most would. And you don't look at the disparity in time, which we're talking about quite a bit lately as we're dealing with what's going on in Bitcoin. Boy, you'd like to see that lower, wouldn't you? Well, so right? So of course, question always, what did the algo do last, right? So let's start to identify, this is the process you got to do. All right, so do we have an algo in play here? Well, it would appear that we do. Do we have an algo in play below, right? Is this just finishing an algo kick? Yes. So up to the 50, to and through target. Now you'd want to do it this way. Remember, the algo does not. It wouldn't matter to the algo, right? If you have this, right, it's just going to see the whole thing. It doesn't matter. It just goes dominant to dominant, right? So this 50 will be important. Here to here, particularly if we're trading this as a 3, I'd be sure paying attention right here. And so I'd start to fill some of this in, right? So this is going to be an area of support if it comes down here. Now, is this really the 2? It just doesn't feel like it's got enough time into it. Oh shit, hang on. Well, you could do something easy. Let's see here. We're starting here. Oh shit, here, I don't do it that way. I don't really have enough to work with here. It's just how much time, right? So what you're proposing is that we've gone 1, 2. I would think not, right? I'd like to see that a whole lot lower. Now that looks better to me. I got all that to play with, right? Structure, structure, structure. Don't ignore it, right? So here, right? Tested, got through it, back, resistance. That's where I'd be looking. And I'd actually want to see that take more time. So if this just is getting started on an ABC, maybe that's W, X, Y. Now that feels right, it has the right feel to it. To go 1, 2, I think that's, I mean, it's possible. It's possible, certainly possible. Boy, I wouldn't go large there. Right down here, I'd be much more aggressive. Right, you can play off of all of that. But for this to be the 2 up here, I think maybe you got there's a little scalp there, or a trade. There's a trade there off of this structure. Well, shit, do we really have structure there? What do we got there? That's the 618. Bring it down a little further. So this would be on my watch list. I like it. Right? It looks like, and the work here is good, but that just doesn't look like it's done. Right? So right look is a subjective term to some degree, because Elliotticians might differ on what has the right look. But this, I think all Elliotticians would agree, does not have the right look. Right, so I think a little more on that. George, a little more, right? Just, again, so, I mean, does that mean that this couldn't rally from here? Of course not. But just, if you're going to put money at risk, wait for your pitch. There's never any need to force something. So just think about it for a second. What if we go up here and do that? Okay, well, then you'd probably change your count, right? Somehow you'd have to rethink the whole thing. Wait a minute. Does this have to be, is this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I mean, because you could see it. How would you deal with that, right? Could this be the 3 that you're dealing with, and you're going to get, that's the 3. We're going to do a 4. That seems equally as unlikely. It just looks to me like it. Remember, the market doesn't need to do anything, but for us to put money at risk, for me, the market would need to take more time getting this corrected. That's generally my philosophy. Be picky about your trades. There's so much. Jesus, 13,000 alts, right? And we're going to force something that doesn't look just right? Where you're in it, you like it, you love it, it's all right, it has the right look, you've got geometry, I got fib zones, I got structure. If you look, you'll find that. So here, you might love the asset. Oh, I love this asset, love the project, but where do you want to get long, right? Because otherwise, if it's just like, oh shit, I love this project. Well, hey, I've retraced to some structure here, why not buy it? If you want to be more precise about it, well, then that's a different story, right? Give me the right look. Then I'm loving it. So you'd have to break this kind of rounding structure. George is one thing I like about George is he's always experimenting, right? I like that about him. He's always, could be this, could be that. Well, did you notice that, right? I like that he's always pushing the envelope here. But my message to you would be patience. Okay, let me keep going. Freight 57, what are you thinking? Unity, it's one of the two biggest game engines. There's a lot of money being made. God, it's just a guy play squash with it at the gym was talking to me about his 16-year-old son plays Minecraft. I think he's 16 years old. Plays Minecraft on YouTube and is pulling $20K a month. Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen Minecraft, but it must have a huge following. But that absolutely blew me away. So there's money in gaming. Okay, so 1, 2. Oh, I'm going to hide this just to get a little space here. Okay, Frayed. Well, I don't think it's hard to argue with the 1, 2. WXY, that's good work, right? So you see how he almost has to end up here, right? Because of that. So working backwards, right? With this that followed, right? So in terms of how to identify what do I have here? Well, it wasn't an A. All right, so what's left? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't overlap the 1. I always just force a habit. I know that's important to the market. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good rip in the 5th. Okay. Correction has been very quick. It could need more, right? So, or perhaps I've influenced him a little bit here, right? So just looking at that, right? Does that look right? Does that look like that would be? I mean, it's technical, right? Here's the, oh, you dog. Well, Monty will know why that pisses me off. But nonetheless, right? So, oh fuck! Let's dig in there, boy. That's what a free fall. Can we get done there? Well, you can. Boy, that's good work in there. So we gotta. I'm gonna just pull this. Oh, well, let's just hide it because that's pretty interesting that it stayed within that channel. And this one I'm gonna hide as well. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Oh, well, okay. So I see what he's doing. So he's got because of the complexity here, he's leaning into the. Oh, let me hide this. Oh shit! Come here. Did he lock it? No. Okay. So because of what comes after it, and my guess is he kind of had to back into this. You need the B here, so you can go 1, 2. So you can go into a 5. Because otherwise, you'd be thinking 1, 2, 3. Oh, fuck, I suppose you could do it. Now that I look at it. It would have to not be done. So let's dig in there. So his premise is that the correction is not done just by the way he's labeled it. Because, well, I like it, right? So this is creative. You're using what's there. So the expanded B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's measure it. That looks good, which I'm guessing he already did. Afraid knows what he's doing. That's your high probability for your third. A, we're expanding the B again, so the 4's up here. Yeah, I like this, Fred. This is good work, right? This would have been very challenging. So here we come 50 to the tick. Now, are we rolling over? So that would have to be, this is the C to get that into a 4 at the structure. Well, he's teeing it up for the buy down here. Looks like that's 1, 2. He's looking for that to get her done. You got an algo in play, right? Here's the last dominant, right, of that swing. Here's the correction. Market has no obligation to go down there, but you know there's an algo that wants to drive it down there. But boy, that would be mighty abrupt. What's the alternate? I guess you would go into a triple. It's hard not to like that. Do you have anything further? What are you giving me? Fib? Oh, he's giving me some fib time. Okay, nice. Oh, so he's already doing it. Right? So if you take that length and we go out in time, here's the 100%. So it's mighty abrupt. I mean, it looks like he'd probably not even have the 382 here. Let's see. Oh, let's see. 0. Yeah, you're not even there. You're not even at the 23. This is mighty abrupt. So I'd be reluctant to think that that's the 2. The length of time, right? So, so first thing we gotta complete this, right? Per the labeling, this needs another drive down. You'd be at the technical pivot. You'd be at the, well, let's call it the golden zone. Here, this is a little pet peeve I have. Okay, so there's your golden zone right here. So this algo target is splitting the golden zone here at structure. So you could really do it this way and say, hey, if we come down anywhere into this range, I'm interested. But I don't know that I'd be thinking we're off into the 1 of the 3 because of the time disparity, right? It's just again, does it have the right look? Now, if you got right here, what are you thinking? I know what I'd be thinking. Right, so first it would need to be bigger, right, before you lean into that. Now, if you got that, boy, that's a big. This is an incredibly bullish count because if you got that, that's not the 3, that's the 1 of the 3, and I'm just kind of free drawing here for what would be the right look. Right, that's why that's a heavy lift for that to be the 2. Yeah, I think you can anticipate the reaction here. That's not in question. But what are you going to get a 5 off of that? That's a big lift. Something like that I would prefer. Because why? So why do I say that? Why do I care? Who cares, right? Why do you care? Because I'd have much better conviction in the setup here, because it took so much longer. Right? It doesn't have to be. We could have the 50 here. It could take half as long. But I'd be more aggressive here because I say, oh, clearly, okay, well, we got a big ripping WXY here, sharp, fast. There's my X. Now, what do I get here on the Y? Now, of course, this is all, market has no obligation to do that. I just use this as an example to say, well, here, I'm real comfortable buying this. I don't, who knows what comes here. To think it's going to go 1, 2, well, certainly, if you get a 5 out of this, let's just say we get it on a smaller degree. Now, what are you thinking? Right? And this is the challenge. So it comes back to, well, certainly you could be thinking there, oh, I got my 1. Right? Why would you think anything else? Right? Somewhat of a rhetorical question, but why would you think something else? What shit, I got a WXY into it. I got 5 coming off of the low. Why would you think anything but? Right now, here, this just to make it a little trickier for you guys. Now, what are you thinking? Well, I think what you'd be thinking here is that there's a long here. I got a 5 that corrected into a 3. So whether it's going to be 1, 2, or WXY or ABC, either way, that's a long. But you could still be wrong about where the 2 is and make nice money here. So what I'm not suggesting is to avoid the long here. I'm just suggesting that perhaps that's not the 2. Right? So you got, this is actually kind of nice here because you've got a scenario here where being long off of this, barring some sort of a complete collapse here, that we're going to fall lower here or have a slight reaction. Oh shit! Here, let me get this back. We'd have a slight reaction off of this. We come up and then we just turn and completely collapse. Right now, you're thinking, oh, okay, well, something very unusual has happened with Unity software. But as it is right now, you can trade this on the bullish side. Oh shit! You can trade both sides. You can trade the bull side here, knowing that I could still be wrong about the 2, but I know I can take a long here. And that's where there's a little bit of just kind of feel for Elliott, right? You're looking at this, well, it's not hard to identify. Boy, that seems mighty abrupt for the 2. Not that there's an obligation that it takes longer. It's just, where do you want to put money at risk, right? Are you, oh shit, hey, who cares, man? It's I don't care that it's abnormal. I like the setup. Okay, well, then by all means, take the trade. So what are you going to use here? Toughie. You probably use both of them. Now here's what I don't like about the extension here and then the abruptness. Do you see how one, it's almost too easy to get there. All the more why this would be of interest to be a buyer. Okay, I know I got 80%. It doesn't matter how steep this is. I still have 80% odds of getting there. 1, 2, or A, B. Either one leads you to the buy here. And you'd have another one here as well, of course, right? If, or if. Now we don't have this, right? If I got that, now I got another one. Maybe I'm going here for the X, right? Who knows? But that's the kind of setup that's ideal, right? Great example. Thanks for that, Fred, right? Because you almost can't go wrong, barring, big break here and a big sell-off. Okay, that's good work, right? Good example. Thanks for showing that one. Okay, Sign Salazar. Okay, man. I think that must be a new member. I don't recognize that handle. Okay, Sign Salazar. What are we thinking? What do we got here? How about Dutch Brothers? Okay, I'm guessing he's a new member, right? Okay, so that's all right. Well, let me see if I can find it for you here. Oh, shit. How am I going to get this? I guess... so what are you giving me? Oh, I just need... let's see, more advanced chart. Okay, so I'll probably end up without your content here. Maybe I get it. How about Dutch Brothers? They make coffee and are a newer offering. Okay, so one thing I always encourage members, I don't want anyone to feel like shit, man, I can't post unless I, mastered Elliott Wave. That's never what I just want to know, why do you like it? Well, so it seems like you like it because, hey, it's a new offering. Maybe you like their coffee. Oh, my wife says it's not good. You've had Dutch Brothers?
Yeah, they're drive-thrus.
Oh, they're drive-thrus. She said, well, we're kind of Starbucks snobs. All right, so do I need to be in log here? I think not. Well, so just out of the chute, that's not the technical low you'd hope for, but clearly they stayed for it. But you can't lean into it. Just out of curiosity, you can't lean into it. There in log, we get it. There's that conundrum, right? So I always tell you, right? People will ask me all the time, what about log? Is the algo there? Well, all you can do is use your eyes. Sure looks like they stayed with it, or they played it in log. I mean, it's 4 times the range is pretty much you got to go into log. 32 to 73, not quite, but that's certainly interesting. Well, that sure does look. Well, you'd have to do A, B, C to do that. All right. Well, coffee aside, looks like. How would you look at this? I might do it just like this, right? So here's the support. This is just hit the exchange, tested that they didn't want to close that gap, which is somewhat surprising. That will likely get filled at some point. Oh, here, we can't do it in, let's take it out of log, see if that cleans it up a little bit. So I would use a regression channel here. Remember, you go to all the way through it. Oh, shit, I'm getting you guys. Well, that's right. So regression channel. Now, there's the first little test. So can we be done here? Well, how would you get there? You'd have to be thinking this. Oh, looks like that might be a golden zone. Might be too far. Nope, we're good. First target, second. I'd want to check that just in terms of length of relationship. It's good for C, right? Second most common. We're going to go 127, 138, 12. Do we have really a start on that? Even if I go 15. Just call that a double bottom. So do you really have, is this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? I'd want to see that complete. Big gap here. Gets a little thin down there. And this is, God, is that, would they have had earnings already? Probably. All right, so just as I was, this should be fairly evident to you guys, right? So where's the resistance, right? So somebody caught that short. So 3, 4, 5. Well, so for me, if I'm here, I'd want that first 5 to complete, just so I could lean into it a little bit more, right? So you get a little conviction. So here comes the 5, right? So we get this. Now you're just down here. Something like that. All right, so put that together. Oh, we got something. Oh, shit. How about that for a free draw? No. All right, what are you doing here? Same process over and over and over every time. That's the superpower, right? Very few have the discipline to do it, right? That's why one of the things when Grant is posting, it's so consistent. It's the same thing every time, right? And that's what we try and teach you, is that incorporate all these elements and you have a much higher probability of success. You're still going to get stopped out way more than you're not. But if you focus on money, on risk reward, money management, not letting something get away from you, you're going to be absolutely fine over time. Same thing. Right? As soon as you start saying, well, fuck, that didn't work. Well, let's try something else. Well, you're lost. You're lost. Not that our way is the only way, but pick a way and stick with it. If you're drawn to this, master it. Oh, not that you ever master the market, but you can master the TA. You can certainly develop a skill set. Then ultimately, when you get to higher levels of trading, it's about mastering the space between your ears. That's ultimately, right? This is the easy part. Once you learn it, this is the fun part. The hard part, money management. All right, so I think this here, with that little test here, so maybe to come back down here, this looks like maybe it's a little bit early to take that trade. There's not quite enough there yet. That's a pretty big rip, but it did fall back down into the support. Might look at it that way. I'm just kind of using that front end there. So if that's going to start to go, well, this is where I'd be interested. Not until then. Okay, signed Salazar. Good first one. Okay, I got hacked off. Copy link. What are we looking at here? Oh, Zoom. I think we looked at this not too long ago. All right, let's. The market's doing. Oh, they did sell off a little. Oh, okay. What are we looking at? We're looking at Zoom. I'm supposed to be looking at Zoom. Straightforward setup with 2 trade entry areas based on this risk appetite. So what did I get wrong here? I don't see Zoom. So let me copy that and see if I can get his Zoom. I got the right link. I've seen this one before, right? So I've seen him post this one. Oh, I'm going to get to Zoom. Let's see what you're thinking on Bitcoin. I'm cheating here and I'm looking at his Bitcoin account because I'm curious what you're thinking. All right, so he's got the pivot low in. I'm going to get to his Zoom in a second. I just thought I would take a look here. So do we get the 4-5, right? Big 1-2. Or that will be encouraging, right, for bulls if we can finish this. All right, so let me I think if I just type it, it comes up. Yeah, there we go. So zoom to the, wait a minute, I want the stock. Did I get your setup here? I don't think I did. Let's go back out to a daily. Oh, so here comes earnings. Well, no, we don't have that. That's first quarter of next year. Now this looks like I didn't get your hacked off. I didn't, unless you have it to post. I don't know if you're on. Oh, well, that there. So you can just kind of look at these. That looks like that's. Did they use this here? That looks pretty good. All right, so we got that. Well, it looks like they're doing. This is a series. Oh, so here's what they did. All right, so algo driven. All right, so here's why when I tell you they don't care, because they'll get a series like this. All right, so we know the algo used this, right? Here's first target. You see a little reaction. They ultimately got second target, right? So we know they used this pivot. All right, so now we keep going. All right, so there it is. We used that. All right, so where do we go here? Right, I cannot make this shit up. Right, so you see, right into the golden zone. Now front run, likely it got used again. All right, so let's check that one. That one broke, so you'd have to go back here. Right, so they used. So, how many did they get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that looks like that's one as well. They likely pulled from here. Do you see how that just goes over and over again? Oh, I took off the wrong one. I want this one. Oh, come here. Great example here, right? So here's the next one. Here's the next target. Big gap here. So the algos are just getting paid all the way down, which is why I tell you, right, if they don't fucking care, right? If they get stopped out on one side, fine, we'll flip to the other side. Eventually they'll get it, and they'll get a series like this. They make so much money. That's why it sounds flippant for me to say that. Oh, they don't care. Don't worry about it. They don't care. I mean that. I don't mean that flippantly, but that's the truth. They don't care because they'll get a run like that and make back. It's just basic money, man. It's just like I talk about. Oh, you're going to get stopped out a lot. But when you're right, that's what makes the difference. How much are you making when you're right versus how much you're losing when you're wrong? It's really a pretty simple formula. But it's the hardest thing to do in trading. Very hard, right? Money is emotion. People are funny about money. Okay, do we have an Elliott count here? This looks like, oh fuck, W. Looks like we'd have to be thinking W here. W, X. We have to do that as ABC. Don't look like we're much of a... God, what do we have there? I know, I get so focused on the algo play. I don't really look at the Elliott. 1, 2... Looks like that'd be 1 or A, B, C, W. That looks like how we have to do it. W, X, Y. What's not to like there? I think that's clean. Clear 3. Clear 5. You'd have to do it that way. A, B, C. Well, let's see how that measures. Right into, kind of look, always look left, right? What's there? What do we run into? High volume node over here. Why you guys fade it like that? I guess it must be, it's just your preference. Oh yeah, we do. What do we got here? Oh shit, what do I got up here? I got an RSI and it's shaking. Oh, we got a lot on here. And I got a MACD. So all of this, there's a Weiss wave here. I got a little divergence here. This Stoke RSI, this is, what are you working on? What are your parameters here? This can be very squirrely. That's good. So you've got the energy potential. You got a little divergence here. MACD hasn't crossed. I don't know if that's right. Well, the RSI is pretty deep. All of that, you want to see that start to push there. So I don't think the trade is there yet. Hacked, but this is a good eye here. It looks like you could be done here. 1, 2. Oh shit, that's the daily. Let's go to a 2 hour. What's the first hurdle? Right there. All right, got to get through that because these guys sold it. Right, they'll defend there. Do I have a 5 to get her done? Looks like I do. Or yeah, looks like I do. Come here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Into a Y. So is that enough? Well, what you'd hope to see here is something along these lines. There's your bounce. There's your kickback up. Sellers. Nah, not this time. Now, what do sellers want here? Right there. What does the seller want? All right. He wants to get the stops that are right there. So if he can't get it, I talk about this a lot. If they can't get it, what happens? They got to cover. All right. Could still roll over. You don't know, but the context would suggest otherwise. So right there, are you a buyer? Well, there's always, well, not always, but you'd have to be real mindful of what are you going to come up to? What am I going to hit? Well, it doesn't look like much, right? You might have, this is the next, well, you'd have this, right? You'd have this, of course, right here at that high volume node. So you're going to have to get through that. Can I get there? Right. So this is just a good exercise to do. Look at it and say, okay, what is the market? If I'm a bull, what am I going to run into? Where are sellers going to be defending? What are they thinking? Why did they sell this? What's likely going on if you were short down here and you know somebody sold it down here? Have they covered yet? Because really, if you got that 5, now you're leaning into the pivot here. Now you're just waiting. Okay, bring it down in a 3 here. Prior, what was resistance now could potentially support. Now can I get into the 3? Well, if I can get into the 3, I got big aspirations here. All right, what am I looking for? Okay, fuck. I got a 1. I got a 2. All right, so minimum would be right here. Now I got a nice high volume node here. Where is that coming in? Right, so you can kind of map the whole thing out. Oh, look at that. Okay, so if I'm likely to come up here, I know I'm going to hit some resistance here. Bring it across, right? Why is there high volume there? Why is that high volume node right there? Look back in time. All right, so is there going to be resistance there? 1, 2, 3. All right, now you could take some time to get there. It's always safer if you think you've got a pivot to let that first 5 shape up. Because it's a lower risk. Well, shit. Oh, fuck this thing. Let's see if it's still fucked up. No, that's better. Okay, so I can do that. I can do that. You're leaning into the pivot is in, right? So why 1 tick below? If they go get those stops, you're wrong, right? If they run it, no way you can't call that a 1. So there's a 4.73 to 1. I'll take that all day. You know what's coming next. Get that right to that median line, right? I got 80% odds. I've got 4.73 to 1 risk reward. I've got the pattern. I've got geometry. I can look at the context. It would support the idea that I could have a pivot low here. Now let the market show you. Oh, hey, I got a 5 off the low. Well, of course, could be an A, could be a B, could be a C. Does that steer you away from the long here? No. 3s and C's. That's why in purple belt, right? You don't pass until we want you to, you're only allowed to trade 3s and C's. That's a discipline we're trying to ingrain in you. Because if you can trade those, everything else is going to be easier. If you can make your money there, that's the purpose of that test. 1, 2, low risk, high reward, good setup, good structure. What that is, stress-free trading, which is always what I'm after. I don't want any stress. I don't want to be going, God damn it, where is it now? Oh, shit, it's down. What am I going to do? Oh, do I get out? I don't know. What? Shit, man, what do I do? I better put it into the community. Is anybody else long here? You're not going to get answers from anyone. All right, it's up to you. Shit, are we done, Monty? I think we are.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's all we've got.
Take requests if anybody has anything in the chat that they're particularly interested in. No, you don't have to put any money up. We got a little more time here. What do we got?
We did have file.
Say again?
USDT file.
File coin.
FIL. Yeah, and then looks like
isn't it file coin?
ICX. After that.
Okay, so let's do file USDT. Oh,
yeah.
No, it's FIL, right? It's FIL. File.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we want? Binance US? Or Binance. Here, we'll just do that. Okay, so Filecoin. This one is they're contenders for big success. They've had oh, God. I don't think we want that one. Because that wick is going to fuck us up. Oh, shit. Let's put it on Coinbase here. Oh, that's had some monster wicks, hasn't it? Okay, so right off the bat, we can just look at that and know we got to be in log scale. Well, that's I want to take a look at that in the line chart. Okay, so let's label that up. All right, that looks like a pretty good one, too. Boy, seems like we're kind of... I'd be surprised if there was another interpretation there. I don't know why you wouldn't interpret that. That looks like a 5. ABC. Well, yeah, what's not to like there? Let's go back here. All right. Well, these are a pain in the ass. Kind of screws up your count. But did we stay technical? I mean, that's boy, what a cluster of 2, that is. Now that's log scale. Let's see how we looked out of log. Now it's way too deep, right? So you can't. You have to look at it in log, right? You have too much range. And it sure looks like that's an ABC going in. I don't know why you'd think otherwise. Oh, this is a little sloppy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But so that's good, right? So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into an A. A, B. No, that's not great. 1, 2 looks like, oh shit. How are we gonna finish that? That looks like a good B. 1 A B C 2. Boy, that's actually kind of fucked. That's, God, do we have to do this as WXY? It looks like we could. We could go WX A B C.
Is that 2 lower than the 1 though at the bottom?
Is it? Oh, hang on. Let me get out of. Oh fuck! Hang on. Is it lower? Oh shit! It may be. Good catch. Here, this is what I always do. Whoa. Can they get any closer? Let's make sure I got that right. Am I right on that? Let's just double check that. So I think that if you go,
Looks like there's a little bit more liquidity at Binance that might help. The initial wick is terrible. But
yeah, though it's the wick that's the problem. I think we actually dodged that. Right? It's incredibly close. Maybe not. Actually, maybe not. Whew. Can that get any closer? That's a double bottom. So now I don't like that. So you'd have to do it this way. Oh God, is that ugly? Actually, looks like you'd have to expand the B. What a cluster that is. Oh fuck. Whoa, that's not great. Yeah, but fuck, doesn't matter, right? Let's go with that. There's almost nothing you can do with that. That's just fucking radio waves. Okay, so with ABC, we'll hear. Talk about a glaring example of where that might come in. Looks like in log you might have an algo play here. Ah, damn it! Come here. That little fucker is a pain in the ass. Come here. Let's tighten that up. Okay, perfect golden zone tag right here. Front run on that. Oh, I'd look left here. Looks like some of that could come into play. Thus the high volume nodes kind of, well, you might fatten that up a little bit. Look at it this way. So if I come down here, looks like you might have a set of median lines there to play with. It's kind of a brutal start. Just out of curiosity, we got a 50 to the tick. Didn't make the target. You're just kind of stuck with it. But I don't like it any less because of the sloppy start here. This looks very reasonable. What's not to like there? You're at structure, high volume node. You got price pattern. You got geometry. I don't see anything to not like. What there's great risk reward. Shit, come on in, bring it down. Right now, what's the first thing you got to look at it? What's the first thing it's got to do? Right, it's got to clear that. So if it comes down, you can just again map it out in your mind, okay, or on your chart. Okay, if I come down and I get this, I got to get. Not only do I have to get through that structure because there'll be sellers they're defending, I got to get through that outside parallel. All right, if I do that, now it's starting to look good, right? One, you're not here yet, and two, you haven't broken that yet. But that looks like you might have to do a WXY here. But no, it's too soon to. That looks like that's 3, right? So W. Oh fuck, that looks like 5. Let's dig in there. That's annoying. Can you even get that done? Well, there's that. That's a outlier 5. Sure looks like a 5. Well, that's an interesting example, right? So there's a 5 where it shouldn't be. How are you going to resolve that? God, you're going to have to go A, B, C, which it's a force fit. I mean, it's a 5. It's a 5 where there shouldn't be one. Right? It happens. Right? You see it in the market. Sure looks like a 5. Right? Which means that you could have very easily been stopped out here on the idea that, oh, I've got the 1, I got to come down here. You'd been thinking it goes now, right by the time, right? So I've been a small loser, but I can see how you'd been thinking, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, boom, I'm in. Right, market's not perfect. Looks like that's, we just looked at that, I think. That's the 50. We got that golden. Looks like there's a series here that they ran it through, right? Go, look, see, do you see it's to the tick? Do you see that? It is literally to the right, just shy of the 60. Oh, let's get it on there. Right to the 65. That's to the tick. Right, so they got a series here. So they got, looks like 1, 2, 3. Well, it looks like that's another one. This is how they roll, right? That's why I always tell you, you have to know what they did last, right? And if they're in a roll, you don't want to go against that roll unless there's something down here where a bigger one can come in. So on this time frame, again, this is why they don't care, because they'll get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've seen 8 in a row in the futures market. Okay, we got third target down here. Is that done? Is it? Oh, shit, I wouldn't be betting against, right? What's the last thing it did right here? Right. So what's the first thing to prove that it's got a change of trend? You got to break this one. Oh, let's get that on there. Right. How else? Right. Otherwise, why would you assume that you're going to break it here? Right. Why wouldn't you assume it's just going to keep going? Right. Well, there'd have to be a reason for that. It would have to be tied to the context. Oh, A, B, C. Oh, I see what they did. We're coming into the structure. There it is. Okay. Well, now I'm asking for the market to turn around here after this huge sequence of algo sells, so at some point, one of them, right? You can't even begin to think trend change until you break the first one. Otherwise, you don't want to that's stepping in front of a freight train. It's just they go over and over and over. You don't want to trade against software. You want to trade with this software. Boom, boom. First one, right? Oh, we got a break. Okay, so keep in mind, okay, if we get a break, that doesn't confirm trend change. It means I got a break. I have the potential now to get a buy-side algo that I can tuck in behind, because once there's a break, then now there's the potential. That's what they'll do, right? Once it breaks, they'll just go, okay, fine, we'll just take the next. We'll take that one. And it could very well be the same people. We don't know. All we can do is just track the footprints, right? So it could be the same people here say, oh, hey, but look where I am. Right? Why they could take profit and start selling again right there. You have to track it, right? Or here's what you'll do, and this happens every day because the majority of people trading in the market do not know that this algorithm exists, despite the fact that myself, Halsey, many others teach it. Well, even the others teach it. The majority of people don't know that's there, right? So they'll buy it right there. They'll buy right into it, or they'll sell right into it, right? It happens every day. They don't know it's there. The majority of, certainly retail, very few know it's there. Well, they know the 618, but they don't understand that there's an algorithm here as I always describe it, it's the DNA of the market. It's how it moves, right? It's not why it moves, it's how it moves. All right, I think you said there was one more?
Oh, we had a few more. You can.
We'll go till we'll go another 10 minutes. What's the next one?
ICX to USDT.
ICX USDT. Binance. All right. Okay, so let's get a little perspective here. What are we doing? Why do I feel like there's probably more history on another exchange? But that's all right. We'll work off of this.
You could do Poloniex or Bittrex.
Yeah, because this is an old timer. This is an OG crypto, if I'm not mistaken. Well, okay, just look at it. What happened here? I don't know, that structure gets tapped. Oh shit, probably bring it down to that as well. Now we're log scale. Let's come out of log. Yeah, we need log. So even if I go here, yeah, we need log. 1, 2. Well, that would be your first thought. 1, 2. Not gonna be. Could we have a diag there? It looks like you finish with a 5. Well, and it looks like it's a diag, but because that looks like an ABC. But just at first glance, looks like that's what you've got there. Well, right, when we're doing this in log, right? So if you're going to replicate, do we have it there? There's to the tick, second target, right? There is no chart where you won't see this algorithm. None. 0, zip. It's always there. They never turn it off. So what do we got here? It looks like that's too far gone already. So my guess is there's a secondary. Maybe not. Oh, God damn. I should know better. Right? Look at that. To the tick. To the tick, right? So any members, right, that are watching here, I've drilled this into them so they know, right? It's the first thing they look for. Okay, what did it do last? But if there are any new viewers here, if you're not fluid and fluent with this algorithm, you need to be. So maybe this is a little, heads up to you if this is the first time you're seeing this. My guess is not, right? I've been teaching it for so long, right? Again, not my discovery. David Halsey has credit for being which I try to always give him credit. There's your reaction. So we can just look at it and say, okay, there's the reaction that you're expecting. Remember, it's not what the market does. It's what the market doesn't do that you're thinking it should do. So we're anticipating that there's going to be a reaction there. And that doesn't mean that we're off to this target, but the reaction, we can take advantage of. Is that a 1, 2, 3? Is this the impulse that's now correcting? Would that make sense? Because that sure looks like a 5. Right? Look at it. Okay, let's analyze that. What does that look like? Sure looks like a 5 to me. Okay, so let's put the whole thing together. Right? Is that 4? Looks like a 3 to finish it. But the broader strokes, I'm on a daily. Looks like that's am I going to get that in there? Maybe barely. Oh, let's get you down a degree. Okay. Pretty good example here. All right, so here it is right in your face. Okay, so pay attention to this. What are the bulls trying to do there? What are these guys going after? Right? There's a cluster of stops right up here. Right? If you were short here, where are you putting your stop? Right, so is everybody else, right? So, and the entire market knows that, right? So every pivot is no shit, right? Their stops there, no shit. So the fact that they can't get them here, this is just a perfect example. Oh, we got to retrace. So here's the swing. We retraced. Oh, it's deep, but we're going up to get it. We're going. Somebody bought it there, right? On the anticipation. Oh, if I can get those stops, that's fuel. I'll keep going, right? It can't get there. Oh, right. It starts to fall, right? Liquidation. Right? That's exactly what creates it, right? Same whether it's a B or a 2. Same thing. Exact same rationale. Why is somebody buying it here? Oh, they're going to get those stops. That's what's going on in their head. Actually, it looks like a 5. The fact that they can't get them is what leads to the 3 or the C, which is why we want you to master trading the 3s and the C's. That's your money ball. Right, here into the 4. Oh, fuck, that's a bitch right there because that looks like an AB. Can you even do that? Can't say I love that. I'd have been hesitant here. But it's the same thing here, right? What are sellers? Somebody sold it there. What are they thinking? Whoo, look at all the stops that'll be down there. Let's go get them. Uh-oh. Cover. Right, creates a trend change here. Or is it, right? It created the short-term trend change on the 8-hour. Well, that's a pretty big trend. Can't get them. Over and over and over and over. This is, I could probably show, I've probably shown it over 10,000 times, at least. Right? 3 years of videos, at least 10,000 times. There it is again. What do we have there? Now, this one, I definitely don't like. Doesn't change the 80%, but look how abrupt that is. That's why you like these to have more time, right? So you get a better target here. This, it could pop that 80, and then it's really no use to you, right? If you pop the 80 that fast, even though that is a golden corner, if you get there here, that's like, oh, fuck, okay, well, okay, winner, right? Nice little winner running right into the structure. I don't really want to burn my 80% there. I want to get my 80% up here. Is that A, B? Well, if that's the case, you could see how, play that out. Okay, so in an Elliott context, what would you be thinking here? You're not thinking, well, shit, you could be thinking 1. You're going to have to go do it that way. That looks like 5 down, right? So we're looking for C. Well, let's get in there. Let's go to a 2, right? How would you interpret that differently? There's the B, right? So here it is yet again. Somebody bought it right here. They bought it. Business was done there. What are they thinking? Oh, we're blowing right up to get to it. Can't get there. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Where does it react, right? So here, this is why retail, it's what you have to know. Where does it stop? Golden zone. What stops it? Right? Software, right? I mean, that just, I'd like to think we don't have to, have a dialogue about that, right? We know what happens there. What's the first thing it's got to clear on the way back? Right, here's a high volume node. That's why you got to have volume profile, right? So why do you need that, right? So because if somebody with size wants to put some, they want to short it, they're not doing it here. They got to do it here or here where they can hide it, or at least not disrupt the market. They don't want you to know what they're doing, right? So they're looking for this. Oh, well, shit, I want to sell it. I got to wait till it gets there. I have some liquidity. I'd have some liquidity here. At least some size has been done here. Now, is that a trade you want to take there? Well, looks to me like that's A. Well, here, let's just clean this all up. How would you interpret this differently, right? If that was 1, 2, 3, that sure looks like a 4. Now, this is a bit of that's the market being, I don't want you to think that just identifying this makes it easy. A double bottom is kind of a pain in the ass because you got to look at that and say, oh, fuck, okay, what is that? 1, 2, A, B. Well, in that case, what's the first thing you do? You start measuring because you really don't want a double bottom. You don't, right? Because you're like, oh, is that it? Are we done? How would you know? Well, you don't know other than a double bottom is a bit of a tell. Because again, exact same rationale, right? So somebody sold it there. What are they thinking? Oh, I'm going to get those stops and that's going to drive it down. Ooh, can't get there. Well, the first thing I'd do here just to try and say, okay, how's the count? Am I right about this? Measure. Okay, so that looks like a good 3, and it looks like, oh, fuck, it's a bit squishy. It looks like the extension's in the 1, 2, it looks like I can get a 5 there. And I'm just shy of the 1.618. So I'd leave the 3 there. Okay, what happened down here? Is that 1, 2? Well, shit, can you call that a 1? So I would be reluctant here because I can't see what it is. It's not obvious to me. 1, 2. You're stuck with that. There's the 1, 2. There's not going to be any well, fuck, we are on a 2 hour. There's not going to be much subdivision there. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I can get that done. Into the 4. What'd I get down here? Length of the 1 projected from the 4. What do I got? Oh, you fucker, right? That makes it all the more, right? Son of a bitch, right? That's not what you want to see there because now how do you know? Well, fuck. Oh, God, I'm right here. Well, so if the extension here, that would be as far as you'd anticipate that go. But what is that? Here's what that is. That's consolidation. Okay. How do we have an edge here? Do you? Right. So I mean, think about that. How would you approach that? You got two thoughts here. Either you're selling the highs and buying the lows, or you're waiting for the breakout. This would be a stretch to be sitting here thinking, oh, I know what it is. It's 1, 2. I mean, this could be coming down, right? This could be, because it sure looks like a 4. You can't rule that out. That's what's annoying about that. Shit, I can't rule that out. So I got to wait. Where's the next resistance, right? So now, okay, if it did that, how would that look technically with regards to swing relationships? Right? Am I going to run into another algo right here at the last consolidation? Well, son of a bitch. Right. So now you're in. See, that's what I'm talking about earlier. About be picky. If I'm like, oh fuck, I can't tell. How could you tell? You can't tell. No one can tell. No one knows what that is. You can't define it yet. So why are you forcing a trade there? What's the hurry? Oh, okay. Well, shit. I mean, look, it's going to have to deal with this as well, right? It's already dealing with it. Big high volume node. I can't define it. I can't qualify it. So why trade it? I like it. I like the setup, but it sure looks to me like if that's done and you're going to be stuck with a double bottom, only the market can lock that in, right? So for that to happen, we'd have to get up here in a 3, right? Now what are we thinking, right? You're thinking that, right? Because let's label the whole thing up, right? And we can't say this for sure, but you'd be thinking 3, 4, 5. There's no way around that. You'd have to consider that as a valid option, because if we go back to that 8 hour and think about what we did there, let's take it up. A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right back to the golden zone. Let's add what right. Don't be stingy with your TA. What else can I put on that? 1618 down here. That would be big, right? So now you don't have the 2 yet, but you're just starting to lay out a map here. Oh, if that's AB, well, shit. What else can I put in there, right? Again, layer everything that has significance. Could I have a set of median lines here that are in play? Looks like it's going to be the B's too high for a shift without adding. So in that case, then you're just adding the 2 and the 3, looking for that structure. But you're going to have to look at both, right? Keep an eye on this. What happens here? Right? Do we get a reaction here? That could be the 3. 4, 5. Now then you're paying attention to how long is the 3 relative to the 5? Do I have this wrong? Again, we don't have this, so we have no sense of how long that 3 is going to be, where the 2 is. But boy, based on the setup here, that's an attractive short because of this, right? So hopefully you see why. So why, man? This thing, we don't want to be bulls in crypto because I had a 5 here and I don't get a 1, 2 here. It doesn't fit with the overall context. That's a 5, right? You're either starting or ending. Unless there, well, shit, can we? Oh, God, it looks like you might actually be able to do it. But it would be out of context here. But it looks, no, I don't think you can because there's a 5 there. You could be thinking A, B, and you're putting the 1, 2 in here. Okay, maybe that would be done. But the broader, here, let me go out to the daily, right? Put it in broader context. Well, right off the bat, you didn't have a great looking start to this thing. You know, here, buying it lower is what you'd hope. I get the opportunity to buy it down here. Let's look at the full Monty from the swing low. I almost revealed your. I won't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, is that the 3, 4, 5 for the C? Right now, if you're taking that trade, then oh shit, I know exactly what happened. Oh look, I just got a zigzag into a golden zone. Oh, you might bring this down here. Say, okay, where was the initial support? Where did we consolidate? This is a test, right? That can't get up there, so you got a clear range here. Okay, so here's the battleground. Let's bring it across. Bulls and bears fighting it out, right? There's the supply. Here's the demand. Resistance, support. Now, all of this would imply that the next move is down. Now, but you say, okay, well, what if it goes up? Well, you're going to have to rethink the whole thing. Is this all just corrective? How could you'd have to, Jesus, you'd have to do it this way. You'd have to be thinking, okay, this was an A, a B, and a C, and we went 1, 2. Right? So you adjust on the fly, right? Counts get relabeled all the time. The market will show you what it is, right? Right now, do we have enough? You don't have enough, so you're making an educated, speculative move there, right? You're trying to avoid being a gambler, right? Gambler, right? We know this definition. Gambler, you put your chips on the table knowing the odds are against you. You're a speculator. You only trade when you know the odds are working for you, or you believe the odds are working for you. Otherwise, you have more fun in Vegas. All right, we get them all?
Yeah, I just had hacked off. Say he updated the Zoom link, so I didn't know if you answered.
Oh, he did? Oh, sure. I'll look at it, and we'll wrap up on that one. Because I looked at I didn't get any of his work. I may have already given that a lot. Okay, so I think we did it in pretty good detail, but I'm curious if his matches mine. Where'd you put it? Zoom. Here it is. Okay, so fuck, hang on, I gotta copy that. Okay, we'll wrap up here. Ugh, God, that damn mouse shoulder is kicking in again. Now that I know that's a real thing, thanks to somebody was on yesterday. Whoa. Well, I got a story here. Okay, so you're going 1, 2. I like that. I think the we got a triple in there. Okay, W, X, Y. Well, how are we doing? Okay, so you're going to go. That looks like a 5. Well, I don't know that it matters here. So you've got a double top up here. Oh fuck, is that a true double? No, it's not. All right, so you'd have to be going 1, 2. I think I was looking at that as a 5. Just back to where we were before, right? If this is a 5, oh shit, we'd have to do an A, B, C, right? So you can see hacked. You can see the potential here for this to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So I'm sure you see that, right? You considered that before you put this. I get those moving averages. I just take them off so I can see a little better. Big gap. All right, so kind of like as we left it, right? This is you're trying to catch the falling knife here. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, here it is. Here's what we were. I guess I overwrote mine. So you're gonna need something big here. It's kind of as we just looked at this, right? You're gonna need to get through that. So maybe there's your 1, there's your 2. Just as we were suggesting, here's where I'd be much more comfortable buying it here, right? If they're gonna if it starts to come down, what's the first target, right? Stops that will be there. Can't get it. Up we go. Got to clear this. So you can kind of just see, oh, hey, the 1, 2. Ooh, can't get it. Up we go. They got to cover. It was previously set up at the GCP but the COVID Omicron news pushed it lower. Okay, so I see what you're thinking. Yeah, I think that looks good, right? So you're leaning into the idea that this is the hard pivot. Now, you're not far enough away from it yet to where you could really say, oh, there's the pivot. All right, I got it. What is this? 7. Oh, you're 786 from the low. Okay, so valid too. There's a lot of complexity there to call that a triple. Oh, it doesn't matter, right? This is good. This is good work. A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, X, A, B, C. Okay. Oh. This is a push. Again, I don't know if it matters, right? But I would, so thus, because this is a little iffy here, I'd be waiting for that, right? Then stops under here. I can trade it here. I can get long. Low risk. Risk reward's going to be gorgeous. I think we looked at this. The risk reward was nuts, right? If you get that pivot, there's your stop. What do you got there? 8 to 1. A little over 8 to 1. Just going up to get the median line. All right, looks good. Well done, guys. Great contribution. I always appreciate the members do this. Right? I think it's a better learning process for them as well as those watching. We can ultimately get here together, and hopefully the review gives you guys some things to think about. And for those of you looking for setups, hopefully you say, hey, you know what? I'd pay attention to that one. Oh, that looks interesting. I might kind of put an alert on that, see if I can track that. So with that, I'm going to wrap. I will turn you over tomorrow to my partner here, Money Crypto. We'll give you his take on things tomorrow. Those are busy. He's been going long. Trying to get him to shorten it up a bit, just for his sake. But he gets a lot of requests and a lot of people watch, so don't miss that tomorrow. And if you can't catch it at 11:30, be sure to catch it, because sometimes you've been lately right on 11:30.
It's hit or miss. There's really no time.
Right. Just so but you know how to click the alert, so it'll tell you when it starts. And if you can't catch it in real time, as most people do with ours, with the ones on Monday, Tuesday, most people watch it after the fact, and they just scroll to whatever asset. That's why we put those chapters in there, so you can go whatever asset appeals to you. You can get it, and you don't have to watch through the whole thing. Okay, guys, that'll do it. Money Crypto on Wednesday. I'll be back on Friday with a Bitcoin update. And with that, I wish you guys a